Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. My name is Belile. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa. If you're new on this channel, you are very much welcome and thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. Oh, happy Women's Month to those who are living in South Africa. Women in South Africa, you are all special. I hope you did treat yourself very well on the 9th of August. I did. I treated myself to a full body massage in a spa that I really would like to recommend to everybody else. It is in Linden and I'm going to leave the details of the spa down below on the description. This video is not sponsored by the spa, but I love it so much that I can recommend it to anybody. Well, I don't know about you, but as a village girl, I needed this kind of treatment. I needed this kind of relaxation before I go to the village. Being in Johannesburg, you can be so spoiled because all you do is just wake up and go to work. At home, when you get to the village, you work, physically work. And I was preparing myself for a lot of work that I need to do in the village. Believe me if I tell you that 2 days later, after having this beautiful body massage, it felt like I had never even done it before. I'm sure those who are new on this channel, they are just wondering, what am I talking about? If you're new on this channel we talk about everything rural development in South Africa. We showcase the beauty of the rural areas of South Africa. I focus more on the rural areas that are sitting on tribal land. If you want to know what tribal land is and how one acquires tribal land in the rural areas of South Africa, please tune in because you are going to hear more of that on this channel, especially if you are young and dedicated to live another peaceful life and leave the city in South Africa and go to the rural areas and you acquire land and you are a South African. You are in the right channel because I'm going to be giving you details of how you can acquire land in the rural areas of South Africa. If you stay tuned, I have the Minister of Agriculture, Land Reform and Rural Development in the house explaining exactly how one acquires tribal land in the rural areas of South Africa. So stay tuned because this information is very crucial. So I have Minister Thoko Didiza explaining it to you guys because so many people have been asking this question. I have so many videos that are really talking about this issue, but this time you are getting it from a representative from the government explaining to you how all of this, which is tribal land, is acquired by South Africans who are eligible to acquire land in the rural areas of South Africa. Oh, did I tell you that I travel around South Africa in different provinces, exploring the beauty of the rural areas of South Africa and showcasing them on this channel? I do this to inspire and motivate those who are looking for peace of mind to move into the rural areas of South Africa and help us develop our rural areas because there's so much potential in our rural areas. I'm in my own homestead. I arrived last night, and which is Friday this week. And I always come here. I mean, every 2 weeks I'm here. I work in Johannesburg, but every 2 weeks I have to come home. And this time, as you know, it's August. We are close, very close to the season where we're going to start plowing. And this season is very hard because we do a lot on our plowing fields. As legal farmers or farmers that are self-sufficient, we really have so much to do. That's why I had to just really go to the spa, relax before I come here. So yes, I'm in the village. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of my village and what I'm here to do before we get to the Minister of Agriculture to explain what tribal land is and how you can acquire it. This is our tribal land in my village where I live. And all of that you see is our plowing fields. We are going to be working on the plowing fields. This is the second time we have to harvest this year. We had to wait until mealies in the plowing field is dry so that we can harvest it for the second time. Child, believe me if I tell you, we worked that field so hard today. I had to come back home just to relax. I'm just relaxing for a night, and there's something that we need to do also is to pick up grass to fix those two rondavels. As you can see them, this is what we had to go and harvest. We worked so hard. I mean, it was a whole lot of us trying to harvest. I mean, like, this is what we had to gain, so we had to work on it now and try to make sure that We have some that is going to feed the chicken, some that is going to feed the goats, some that is going to feed the human beings that are living here. It's really quite a lot of work that we have to do. After that, we had to go and look for the grass because we have to really patch up our rondavel. It's really getting ruined because now it's going to be the rainy season. We really need to freshen it up and make sure that we do not have all these insects that are staying there. It looks so fresh. We had this woman selling it. We had to drive a long way to go and get this, but they have the quality of the quality. Leave their details down below on the description. Lord, I was craving for this. When I passed a butchery in my village, I just had to grab it. Tell me down below if you do like chicken feet like I do. I really love them, especially during winter season. I mean, I can eat the whole pot. I mean, to me, it's like a snack. Seriously, I just dig in. So I had to cook it with pap. And it tasted so delicious. Anyway, guys, I'm going to hand over to the minister now to explain to you guys what travel land is in rural South Africa and how one can acquire it. Most importantly, how we can utilize it to develop our rural areas. So stay tuned.
Communal land in South Africa belongs to different communities. What it means is that those communities under the traditional authority, they actually own that land collectively. That is why in those villages, the allotment of residential spaces, amasimu, is done. And then you have got the collective space for grazing, which is also owned by that community. The government in that instance is a trustee. So when you want to access that land for development, as it has happened, if you were, from Limpopo, you have heard of the Nkuna city. All what you require is a community resolution. So you go to the chief, indicate this is what you'd like to do. Chief convenes a meeting with the community, they give you a resolution, and in that meeting, the Department of Agricultural Land Reform and Rural Development is present, because what you want is that the majority of the community must consent because they own this asset collectively. And what we look at from the government side is what will benefit to the community, because once that land is excised to a particular individual who's an entrepreneur, it means that community has lost either grazing land. So what will be the benefits that accrue to them? Either in terms of employment opportunities and monthly rentals, because they must get a benefit having lost that land to you who will make a business. So that's really the system. And I know that maybe again from the side of government, it's something that we need to highlight so that a lot of people do appreciate what is the system and they don't get shortchanged in the process. But also it's important of understanding your traditional community where you go, because in some, let me say nationally, the different traditional systems obtained in our country. If you go to KZN, I would say maybe it's the most simplest, because you've got Isilo, who is the king, and Inkosi of different tribes, and Induna, that's it. And Induna actually has got delegated authority, does not have the final word. But you will find in the Eastern Cape, we have got Isilo Batingukumkani, then you've got Inkosi, Inkosana, Onos Tejana. So you need to understand that system. So I'm just saying that that's usually the system it works. And I'm sure I would say to some of you, talk to Gloria Serobe. Where Wiphold has invested in terms of agriculture, it's actually in a communal area. And it has worked and it's working. So I think we can exchange some notes. But also we can look specifically at the issues that you're raising, where you might be hitting the snag, how can as government assist. But also in terms of public land, that's where the leasehold from government also comes in, where we can actually lease government land for agriculture particularly, or for other forms of land-based industries. So we can deal with the detail of that. But if I were then to summarize, one of the things that came out from this exciting conversation in this panel, I think it was more exciting than all others. Yeah. You know, the way we engaged was very interesting because we're dealing with the real issues and we've come up with how to solve those issues. And I must say that in terms of exports, and I would say cut across Africa Continental Free Trade Area and master plans, is that for all of us to succeed, there's a need for real partnership between government, business, which is your entrepreneurs, and other stakeholders.
I hope you gain some kind of knowledge from this discussion, and thank you guys for tuning in. We are almost close to 29,000. Please just don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment on this video. Thank you again. Until the next video. Ta-ta!